Welcome to the Thursday show,
Welcome
guys,
back.
the Couch Show. And anyone new here, welcome to the
Hey,
channel, Sibling Rivalry. I'm Lynn. This
I'm
is
Ray.
Ray.
Man, I'm ready for the weekend.
Right. This week has felt really long for some reason.
Has it?
Yeah, it's felt like a long week.
It's Thursday though, so Thursdays it gets you all like excited, right? Like, oh man, the weekend's around the corner.
Yeah. You know what? This is also the last week of school for a lot of people because next week is spring break for a lot of the districts in the area.
Hmm.
So it's like leading up to that, and like my kids have been testing all week. I have one kid who hasn't been feeling well. He has a little bug, a virus. I had a dental appointment for my daughter this morning. Like it's been a long week.
So yeah, I went to the movies last night and I saw John Wick 4.
Okay,
That was just oh man, that was just an awesome ride.
nice.
Are you a fan of the John Wick series, Lynn?
I do like the John Wick series. Yeah.
Have you seen them all?
I know I saw 1 and 2. I don't know if I saw the third one, and I wasn't aware that there was another one coming out. I
Oh
never know what's
man.
in the theaters.
For if listen, if you like, if you're randomly one of these days, randomly you're like, I want to go to the movies. I don't know
Mhm.
what to go see. Go see John Wick 4.
Definitely go see John Wick.
Because I
Okay.
mean, I haven't seen Scream. Shazam is garbage. Just go see John Wick 4. It
Okay.
was fun times. And I hope to over the weekend go see the new Dungeons and Dragons that's coming out. That looks kind of cool.
Okay.
So, yep, that's my plans. Oh, and then of course it's WrestleMania weekend this weekend. So.
You know, we were watching wrestling. Where were we? Oh, we went out to eat, and like one of the screens had like wrestling on, and my kids started talking about it. They were like, "Oh, Theo and the boys are probably watching this right now."
Hmm.
Yep, because we
Hmm.
know that's your thing. You love watching wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling's dope. I don't know why nobody likes it. It's like I don't know. It's like a male version of a soap opera. I'm like, all right, this is cool. And this is funny too, because like I'll be playing COD, right? And so
Mhm.
I'll have my friends on the line and everything. They
Blind
were like,
mic,
"Wait,
yeah.
what's going on over there?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just me. I'm watching wrestling." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then they'll hear like the guy talking, and they're like, "Man, that guy's going hardcore. He probably busted a vein over there." And then I look over and I'm like, "Yeah, he's pretty much." And I'm like, I don't know. To me, it's like they're professional shit talkers, right?
Mhm.
Like, of course, they do everything else in the ring, but like the most thing that sells them is the way they talk on
They
their
build it
mic and
up.
they can
They
sell
do.
it.
Their
And if you
entrances
look at
are awesome. They're
if
really epic.
yeah, if you look at like the best wrestlers of all time, they were just really good on that mic, right? Especially like The Rock, who broke away, and now Dwayne Johnson making all
Yeah.
these movies. But he's just charismatic, and he just knew how to work that stick, right? So I don't know. To me, it's just being a professional shit talker. I'm like, damn, can I do that for a living?
Yeah, it's so funny that you say that because the other day something flashed on screen, and so my son's like, "Oh, did you see The Rock?" And my daughter and I are both like, "The wrestler? We did not see that. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "No, there was an actual rock on the screen."
Dun dun.
Right.
Oh, that's a funny moment. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My daughter was watching the screen when it was on yesterday, and she was like, "I could never be a wrestler. That looks like it hurts."
That's the thing now, and that's what my youngest has to understand. It's like they're not really getting hurt. Like they
Right.
know how to take their punch, they know how to pull their punch. Like when they land, like they have to land a certain way to make sure they're not hurting the person. So it's
Mhm.
actually, I don't know. I was always just fascinated by it because it's like, who doesn't want to see a fight, right?
Right.
We were talking about it the other day where, when something pops, everybody got this camera going on, right? So
Mhm.
everybody wants to see a fight. Well, this is like a fight, but it's not real. But then it is real because they got to go through all the hoops and shit.
Yeah.
So, which they were trying to, I saw an article where they were trying to, you know how they have all these like sanctioned bettings, like all these different betting apps and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and like you can bet against fights and stuff like that, and sports activities and stuff like that. They were like, they were trying to get wrestling to fall into that, but I'm like, how can you even do that if you know the outcome of the fights, right? Like it's being written and they're determining like who's going to win the fight. Wouldn't
Mm.
that somebody behind the scenes could then bet money and then like make a shit ton of money
Right.
knowing the outcome.
Mm.
So
Well,
they
either the people who are, had this idea don't realize that it's already written,
Mhm.
or, the people who have this idea are like, dude, let's get in on this. Let's make some good money.
Well, no, it was WWE that was trying to like get into the betting thing, and then the betting, all the betting apps, they were like, no, there's no way, no, we're not, because they know they're like, this shit is fake. It's like,
Right.
you know the outcome, you're gonna make a shit ton of money. Like, can you imagine, like, if you're a wrestler and like you're not really getting paid that well, but you know you're gonna take a fall, and you just like, yo, they said I'm gonna take a fall tonight, so go ahead and bet against me. And then
Mm.
it's like they made a shit ton of money. Like, to me,
Yep.
that doesn't seem legit.
So we're gonna keep this episode nice and light. We don't really have a specific topic planned. We're actually gonna pull up some Reddits, getting some bochinches, some chismas going into the weekend. I love reading Reddits and just like judging.
That's
That's all
what
I
I
do.
told
I
you.
read Reddit
That's
and
what
I
I
judge.
told you. I told you that like a long time ago. We should just read Reddit and just go off on the post, because there's like a lot of stuff on like relationship advice. There's stuff on
Hmm.
like Tinder, like anything. Listen, Reddit is like anything you're into. There's gonna be a Reddit thing.
Right.
Shows, like I love going on Reddit. Like after I watch a show and just seeing people's theories of the show, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's cool. Like, like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. I love
Yeah.
doing that. I mean, Reddit's really cool. But yeah, there is a lot of drama on Reddit too.
So
But of
I'm
course,
gonna share
it's
my
left
screen.
leaning, so a lot of things get taken off of Reddit. So
Oh, really?
yeah, no, they
I
did.
didn't
They
know that.
banned like a lot of sites that they find controversial.
Hmm.
I know there was like this one men's site that was just teaching men, like dating tips, and they got rid of it.
They were like, no, get this out of here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been spending a lot of time on is Destiny. I just started playing Destiny, guys, and I am hooked to that game. You have no idea. It's like so
Destiny
addictive.
is dope. Did you buy what did so wait, how hooked are you though? Did you buy like the season? Did you buy any of the expansions? What did you
I did buy one of the expansions. I don't know what expansion. I paid $50. That's all I know. Came out of my pocket. It hurt, but it was worth it. And I did not do it with like the season pass, the annual. I don't know. It like offered to do like the pass for the year or something like that, the annual
hmm
pass. So I passed on that. Um, but I got my youngest into it. And I don't know if it was a good thing or if it's a bad thing because, it's very controversial. It's like, oh, it's so much shooting, it's so much violence, but you're not killing. It's not like people on people,
Yeah,
And
it's
he already played
creatures.
Fortnite. So it's like, come on.
Once again, all they've been saying this for like years, right? Remember, like when what was it, the first Grand Theft Auto game came out? Even
Mhm.
when like Mortal Kombat came out, man, they've been saying this since the '90s that video games rotten people's brains. And I'm like, if
Right.
that's the case, then all these people, it's $1 billion industry, right?
Hmm.
Multi-billion-dollar industry. There'll be a lot more people taking to the streets. No, if anything, what's really getting into people's heads, right, is that they want to be part of something. They
Hmm.
want to be part of something, or they don't feel loved, or they feel isolated, or they feel alone, and that's what triggers whatever's in the the chemical that triggers, and they decide they want to go out there and shoot up. Most of the time, when people feel like that, they don't take their own lives, but they decide they want to go out and shoot and shit. And it's like
Right.
that's the thing that's sad, and that's the thing that we got to talk about. That's really what we got to focus on. Like, what's making people feel so disconnected nowadays? Is it how we're so polarized? Is it, the trends, whatever? I don't know. But that's the
Right.
question. Nobody's going to ask those questions. They're going to blame it on video games, or they say we got too many guns. And I'm
Yeah.
just
So the
like, all
reason the
right,
reason
whatever.
why I kind of like opened that can of worms with introducing my youngest to Destiny is because like he jumped onto GTA, and like I know he plays GTA with his dad. So I
Mhm.
didn't think anything of it. Like he jumped on, he started playing GTA, and like I'm hearing all the stuff in the background. I'm like, holy crap! Like I don't know how I feel about my son playing this game. So I was like, you know what? let's get into Destiny. And I don't know, I guess it's the lesser of two evils in my household. Like I'd rather hear like the gunfire than hearing some guy in the background cursing at somebody else. Like it's too much.
I mean, me personally, on my end, I never censored my kids. I took them to
Mhm.
like crazy movies. I took, we play COD. We play COD's worse than Destiny as far as
Hmm.
like shooting and stuff like that. We do all that stuff, and they know what's fake and what's real,
Right.
And even as much as people want to say like, oh, you're desensitizing, I guarantee that if you shot somebody or if you actually just saw a dead body, you would be like, oh my god, this is not
Right.
fake. And then reality, the shock is gonna hit you, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is not fake.
Hmm.
No matter how many times you've seen it, you can see the most gruesome movies. The most, horror movies tend to be gruesome. Even these new action movies that it tend to be gruesome. No matter what you see, how gruesome it is, when you see it in real life, it's just gonna hit you in a different way.
Different way. Yeah.
Like we could always see, oh, that was great special effects. You see that
Hmm.
in real life, and you're like, oh shit, and
Yeah.
you're gonna have that lump in your like chest, like, oh, somebody just died.
I mean,
You know?
even down to like animals, like it's one thing to see like a dead squirrel on the side of the road or even something a little bigger
Hmm.
like the groundhogs, but every time I see like the blood spatter of like a truck just destroying a deer, it hits me.
Yeah,
It's like,
like
oh
you don't want to look like, oh shit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's the same thing too. It's like if we get so desensitized, how about every time we see an accident,
Right.
right? It's like
Hmm.
we see the accident, it's like everybody slows down because they all want to see, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's like,
even if you don't see the accident, but you just see like the aftermath, you see, the
mhm.
debris on the road, or like the spot where you could tell
Everybody
like
slows
the car was
down.
on fire there.
Yeah,
Like
everybody slows
it's
down and everybody's like, what's going on? What? And of
yeah,
course, all this traffic. But then when it's your turn, instead of being like, fuck this, I want to move, keep moving. No, what are you? Oh,
you
what's going
slow
on?
down, like, oh,
What's
what's going
going
on
on?
over there?
Yeah, what's going on over there? I want to
Yeah,
see.
seeing what you can
I want to
see.
see.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so Destiny actually pissed me off. I am so angry with this game right now.
why?
So you have to do like the different quests and stuff so you can level up. Like
Hmm.
I'm like just the way my mind works. The reason why I'm so caught up in this game is because I'm trying to level up. Like I want to like beat all the
Right,
missions, do all the quests. So
right.
my current one that has me stuck is that I need to find like the catalyst for my gun.
Hmm.
And I'm looking on the internet, I'm looking on forums, I'm looking in the game. It's telling me it was supposed to be given to me when I acquired the gun. I have
What
the
gun is it?
gun, the risk runner.
The Risk Runner.
It's
Oh,
a
I don't even know
submachine
how to
gun.
get that cat off.
It's
Yeah,
an SMG. And it was
yeah.
supposed to come with the catalyst, and I'm supposed to equip the catalyst. I did not get the catalyst. And I'm like looking online, trying to figure out how to find it.
Go
And everybody's telling me it's
to
supposed to
maybe
be with the gun.
maybe there's a mission archive. This is so inside Destiny right now. But there's a mission archive on
Mhm.
at the tower that you can go to, and they have archive missions. So you might want to check that. It might be right there.
Okay. Because I even reacquired the
She's
gun.
about to call
I
this short and
deleted
jump on
I
over
deleted the damn gun. I paid like a bunch of glimmer and I reacquired the gun. I was like, maybe if I do it this way, I'll get it. It didn't work. It didn't work.
I think we listen. This is the reason why I wanted to jump on the Thursday show because I was like, yo, we could talk about video games and just do a
Mhm.
whole show about video games because we could talk about like video games back in the day. Like, what was that first taste of video game that you had that just hooked you and you were like, oh shit, I want to play this forever,
Yep.
right? Like to me, I would have had to say it was like Zelda 3, man, on the Super Nintendo. Like I was
I
gaming then,
loved Zelda. Yo, as a
but that
younger
game
sister,
just
I
hooked
did
me,
not like
man.
Zelda because it was the one game I wasn't allowed to play.
That and Final Fantasy,
You know
those
what?
two games,
You were always like,
just
"Oh, you can't play Zelda because you're gonna overwrite my little like save or whatever." So
hell yeah, you can play everything else,
Zelda, I was
Mario,
so
whatever.
mad.
Let me tell you how yo when I first so Final Fantasy 3 here was actually Final Fantasy 6 in the series, right?
Okay.
And so when it came out on the Super Nintendo, I went there was when there was a store that had the rental store, right, for like videos, movies, and they had a section for video games. And so I rented the game and like I played it, I got so absorbed into it, I rented it again, right?
Mhm.
And then I finally came back and I was like I was nervous too because I returned it and had my save on the game, right? And
Yeah.
so like anybody could pick it up and either keep playing my save or rewrite it or whatever. So then, like a few days later, I came back to the store and I was like, can I buy that game?
Mhm.
And I literally, I bought the game from them, and so I could finish the game and keep playing it. So yeah, that
Nice.
was like that to me is like my memories as far as gaming. And of course, like I gamed before that.
Mhm.
I remember when I got my Nintendo, it was like my birthday or Christmas or something like that. It was just sitting along the side for like a month or something until I just took it out of the box and figured it out. Instead of waiting for somebody to like hook it up for me, I was like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. I want to play this thing.
Mhm.
And then I remember back in high school with the PlayStation, like um, taking it apart, putting the chip in, so that
Mhm.
way I could like burn games and shit. And then I remember my one buddy, I was just always like rent the games and go to his house, and like we'd be chilling, watching wrestling or whatever, and then he'd be burning the disc for me because it would take hours back then.
Mhm.
And like just like having so many, I left those all to you, right? Right, my
Yeah, you
PlayStation with the
did.
smiley face and all those games.
Yep. No,
And
I
then,
my go-to was Super Mario 64. Like when you could like acquire
mm,
the stars. So like
yeah,
I would replay the same like board over and over again until I like got the star, you know,
all
because
the
you were able to
stars,
finish it
yeah.
without the star. But I wanted the star in every one.
See, and that to me, that's exactly like I told you. There's like two types of gamers out here. There's the gamer like me right now because
Mhm.
limited time and so many games. I just want the
You just want to
story.
beat it. You just want
I
through it.
just want to beat it. I just want the story. I want to see how the game is and keep on moving. And that's how I
Mhm.
feel like life for me is. I just want to live my story, right? But then there's a lot of people who play the games, like you said, who wants everything. They want that 100
Perfectionist. Yep.
perfection, 100%, and that's how you are in life. I guarantee
Yep.
that's how you are in life, and that's how I relate. When somebody's like, "Yo, life is a game. It's whatever you want to make of it, right?"
Mhm.
And whatever you ask the universe will give it to you. I was like, "No, that's not true." And then it started happening, right? That's why I was like, "Yo, I want my life on easy mode, just like I play my games, and I just want the story. Hit me up with the story."
Oh man, the kids like they get so frustrated with me when we play Fortnite together because like I want to loot, I want to like make sure I have my loadout and everything, and like they're just like, no, I want to chase, I want to like like get
until
into a fight. I'm like, no,
until
I
they
need the
all
guns.
until they all get wiped, and you're the one that's still alive, and you can
Right,
revive
I'm the
them.
one coming through and like saving them and rebooting
So that
them.
happened a
I
lot
always
of
make
times
sure
when
to
we were
reboot
playing with
them.
my boys. And I was like, yo, they were like, yo, Titi came in clutch. I was like, yeah, well then let her do her thing next time. But did you see the Unreal Engine that Fortnite has?
No.
So they're incorporating, so they're evolving. They're incorporating this Unreal Engine where
Hmm.
people can actually develop games for Fortnite, right?
Hmm.
They're actually sharing the cut. So if you develop the game with their engine, you can get 40% of the profits. And I think they're going to start selling like little mini games within Fortnite, similar to like how Roblox is doing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So my youngest, he's like, I want to learn how to make video games. I was
Hmm.
like, all right, well, let's load up that Unreal Engine. Let's figure it out because he got into it, and I saw
Yeah.
the graphics, and I was like, wow, that's like realistic. That's like new, like the new level. Like I
Hmm.
was like, man, they could make anything. And then I saw demos online, and like they walked in, and of course you could see the still Fortnite corny character walking around. But the
Hmm.
rest of the world, like there was one where it was like a fantasy world, and there was like a dragon, and I was like, I was
Hmm.
taken back by the graphics of it. I was like, yo, this is a game changer.
That's
Like
crazy
Fortnite was
because
a
that was Destiny for me. Like the graphics in
yeah,
Destiny, when I first started playing, I was just like, wow, this is awesome.
but like Fortnite, I mean, Fortnite was a game changer. Like when it first came out, the fact that they had all the tie-ins with all these different companies, and like it became that digital toy box,
Hmm.
right? But now, like the fact that they're upping their game, they're letting people create, and now Fortnite could be whatever you go into that world. I'm telling you, all they need to do is go to like get VR going on there,
Hmm.
figure out a way to do VR with Fortnite, and that's Ready Player One. You've seen
Right.
the movie, right? Ready Player One. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be just like that, and that's literally where I could be walking around as a Ninja Turtle in this world that somebody made, and
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit, this is dope.
I was playing squads the other day with my youngest and two of his friends from school. And first off, when I jumped on Fortnite, they were like, "Your mom plays Fortnite!" Like they just thought it was the coolest thing. They were like, "I wish my mom played Fortnite." So, we're playing and I came in clutch. The one friend, he got lost in the storm And
Hmm.
we all made it out of the storm. And I was like, nah, I'm going back. So I found a car. I went, I got his chip. I was using my med kits. I made it out of the
Oh shit!
storm. And
Got
we
him and
got to
brought him back.
win. All four of us. I was like, yo. Hmm.
Yeah, I see. I told you I was watching them, and they all got wiped. And they're like, "Oh no, 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 we're not wiped. DT's still here. DT's still here."
Right.
And then you got one, and then they got the other one, and they got the other one. As you keep
Yep.
looting, I was like, "Okay, all right, King Clutch." So, have you ever played like? Have you tried Call of Duty,
I haven't. No.
Warzone? Because Warzone's free. So I don't know if you want to think about downloading that one and trying it out.
I don't know. One of these days. It took me a while to get into Destiny. So we'll see if one of
Yeah, it
these days
was.
I'm
It
like,
did.
oh,
We've
maybe
been
I'll try
talking
it.
about
Come
Destiny
on.
for a minute, and you finally jumped on it.
Yep.
I had to get one of your kids to do it, and then that's where you were like, "Oh, what a bond! What are you doing? Oh, let's
Exactly.
play some games."
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
your
they're trying
youngest
to
is
get me
playing
into
now too.
Minecraft. Like I've jumped on Minecraft a couple times, but I don't know. I don't like it. It's like doofy, you
It is
know?
doofy, but the one you need to play is Minecraft Dungeons, which is
Hmm.
free. If you have PS Plus, you have PS Plus, right?
Hmm.
So it's free this month. So go ahead and download it, like get it, download it, and play that because you
Okay.
can play up to four people on one screen,
Hmm.
right? And you're actually exploring through a dungeon. And it kind of reminds me of Diablo, which I recently just played the demo. And me and my kids, we were going through and we were just played the whole demo. And we were actually like trying to like, we were trying to get to level 20 so we get a free item before the demo actually expired. And
Hmm.
so we finally hit it and we were on the servers right when it expired. And like we thought we could keep on playing. So we were still playing. We were doing the dungeon. We finished the dungeon. And then he tried to like send us back to town so we could keep doing something else. And he kept looping us back in the dungeon. And he was like, no. So yeah, he really liked Diablo. And yeah, we were prior to that we were playing Minecraft Dungeon. I was like,
Mm.
all right, bud, let's load that up because it was free and he was loving it. I was like, okay, cool. And it was the same thing. It's like a do you remember that game that we played back in the day on the PlayStation where it was like a top down game and but we were shooting guns?
No.
Well, there was one where I had the dual pistols, and I
Hmm.
picked that guy, and I think you picked somebody with like a shotgun or a machine gun or something, and we were just like running through boards, and it was just top down, and you were just like shooting with the guns and stuff.
I don't remember it. I'm sure if like I saw, like a screenshot of it or something, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that game, but
I think it was called Reloaded. It was like some like low budget game, but we were like so obsessed with it playing it. But
you know what?
you came up.
I do love and appreciate that like every system we had, like you had like a million games.
I'm a
There was
gamer.
always
That's what I
options.
do. Yeah, that's what I do. So it's funny too because like you came up twice in conversation. You came up the first time where we started playing Minecraft, and I was asked like when was the first time I played a game like this, and I was like, oh yeah, I played it with people. We were kids. It was a game
Hmm.
called Reloaded, and we shot with guns and stuff. And then it came up again last night because there's a scene in John Wick, which
Hmm.
I don't know if I want to ruin it for you, but it kind of the way they did that scene was epic, and I was just like, "Yo, that reminds me of that game."
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta go see John Wick. It's 3 hours though. I'm just letting you know the movie's 3 hours. Like halfway through,
That's
you're
well
like,
worth your
"Man,
money. Like if you
it
pay
is."
the same price for an hour and a half movie that you do for a 3 hour movie, you get better value.
No, I feel like they were planning on this one being the last one. So
Hmm.
I feel like they made like John Wick 4 and 5 in one movie. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, this is cool. Instead of like stretching it out by putting out one movie, like they could have cut this movie in half, left you with a
Hmm.
cliffhanger, and then like brought the other one out like next summer or something, and people still
Right.
would have eaten it up, right? But of course, it's doing epic in the box office, and they're already talking about possibly doing John Wick 5.
Hmm.
I personally, if they're gonna do continue, I kind of want them to do like a prequel. Show me like how he got started, right?
Hmm.
Like how he like became this badass assassin, and then ended with him meeting his wife, and then we know, oh, okay, that it's there. Or possibly, I mean, there's some good characters in the whole like world. Do a spinoff with some of these characters and show more of the world, like that whole. The rules that they have as far as like the hotel and the table and
Hmm.
everything, show all that stuff. That's what I want to see.
Right. Dude, I love the way your mind works. Like you just have like so many ideas when it comes to like movies and games. It's
Yeah,
just
but I
like
won't take any action.
woo!
I'll just throw that out there. I'll just say shit, but man, I'm lazy as I procrastinate.
They just need to hire you as like the ideas guy. You just have to be the
The idea,
brainstormer,
guys.
and then they
Yeah,
come
until
up with
they're
their
like,
ideas. They
what
can't
else,
breathe,
right?
you know?
Yeah, or what else? What else? I don't know. Make it blue.
Where can we go from here, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
You were definitely the one that had more imagination when we were kids too. Like I would like get into like whatever like world you were creating in your mind, but you were the always one creating it. Like
Yeah, and
your
then
imagination we were
but
using.
you would get hooked to it because you would all of a sudden you would be like, I remember like you would get hurt or something, right? Because you were
Mhm.
much younger, so you would get hurt. You would start crying. Mom would come, be like, "That's it, it's over," and then you'd be like, "No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I want to keep going. I want to keep going."
Right.
And then she'd be like, "So
Let's
then
see how the
stop
story
calling me.
ends.
Stop calling me."
Yeah,
But it,
so my first device ever, guys, my first device was the Sega Genesis. And Sonic was my thing. I used to love playing Sonic and like getting all the little rings. And sure enough, I would go back if I like missed rings. I would like turn around, go back, and then come back through.
you know what's crazy though? How like iconic all these like Mario. You said Mario, Sonic. I
Mhm.
said Final Fantasy, Zelda. Like how iconic they still are.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I when I walked into PAX East, last weekend with my youngest, the first thing we saw, boom, big was a big like Zelda advertisement, right?
Hmm.
And it was a big statue that people were taking photos of Link, right? And I was like, man, Zelda, because the new one, I think it's coming or it dropped or whatever. So
Okay.
like that was the big thing as soon as you walked in. And then of course, the biggest name on the floor was Nintendo. So
Right.
it's crazy that like I remember getting you the was it the color Game Boy
Hmm.
after I got out of boot camp, and we got
Yep.
you the one with the Pokemon. Like it's crazy how they're still around to this day. Like man, but of course they're iconic at this point, right? I
Hmm.
mean, think about what was it next week? Next week, the Mario Brothers movie comes out. The
Does it
Super
really?
Mario movie, yeah, it comes out next week.
Oh, see,
So
I
it's
gotta go
like
see that with the kids.
it's like, and then of course Sonic doing really good as far as a video game because video game movies tend to like bomb big time. Other than
Hmm.
Sonic, I think the other one we had was what Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So being that Sonic did so well, they had Sonic One, and Sonic Two, of course, Sonic Three. That it's in development. So
Hmm.
it's like it's cool to see all that. You know, as we get older, how not only are we maturing, but the things that we loved in our childhood that just came out is now evolving and maturing.
Yeah. And it's also cool to be able to share that with the next generation, to share that with
Yeah,
our
of
kids.
course, of
Like,
course,
oh
of
man, I
course.
loved this as a kid. And like you see them like getting that same enjoyment from it. They're getting hooked, they're getting excited.
hmm So yeah, no, it's actually it's really cool to see that, and that's what I really hope is like maybe one day they get to see like a Fortnite movie. Like, oh,
Hmm.
well, I remember playing that game as a kid. Oh, that was a
Right.
Fortnite movie. They should do that, and I totally encourage that. And but don't half-ass it. Listen, Hollywood, you can make your money too, but you can make even more if you just put the effort into it and give the people what they want,
Right.
right? Be creative, get good writers, be passionate about it, and the same passion that gave life to the game will give life to the movie and have that following again. It's like I love it when I see um like if I see a movie or a show and you could see clearly that the writers and the creators and everybody attached to this like this is their pet project, right? Like
Hmm.
there's passion there. Or you could see the shows where people are phoning it in,
Hmm.
right? And you're just like, I can't watch this shit. This is just I don't even know why I'm watching this. Like She-Hulk. No, I think I have to think that there got to be a worse show. Actually, the one who was the executive that was behind She-Hulk and all that stuff, she got fired.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Disney's hurting bad, so they're axing everybody
Mm.
across the board. I'm just waiting for them to fire Kathleen Kennedy with Star Wars. I'm
Hmm.
just like, yo, can we? Yo, it's been how long has it been since the last movie? We don't have another movie.
That's true. It's been a while.
And then like
Disney, and they're trying to run with what they already have, like we're
yeah.
seeing like in the Disney parks, like all they're doing is trying to like bring that. They're focusing on what's already been created. They're not focusing on the future of Star
No,
Wars.
they're not even focusing on that. They're focusing on what Star Wars created. Or no, sorry, what Disney created new. That's what all the parks and everything is focused on. That nobody wants.
Right.
Like none of these characters are like lasting characters. You know how we were just talking about Mario and Sonic. None of these characters
Mhm.
are iconic. Nobody wants that. People wanted to go to a park that had what? Luke,
Oh,
Leia,
Wookiee.
Han, a
Ah.
Wookiee, right? Ewoks running around,
Yep.
Yoda, right? Because those are all the iconics. Like we had that for almost what, 40 years now?
Yep.
More than 40 years now. And then all of a sudden you get the IP, you create all random new characters that's been around for 5 years, and you want people to be like, oh yeah, they're iconic. I want to go. No. So that's the reason why this what's the park what was it, the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser, the one where you can actually go and role play.
Hmm.
So it's like it's a hotel that's Star Wars, and it's like $6,000, and you stay there for like 2 nights, and you actually role play like you're in the Star Wars universe, right?
Hmm.
Well, it wasn't doing so good. Like it's losing money, and so they actually cut the. I guess it was like open all times, and you could book it whenever you want. But now it's cut back to only 2 days out of the week.
Right.
And a lot of the stuff that was like exclusive for that hotel, like you had to stay at the hotel to be able to buy certain things, I'm now
Hmm.
seeing them online. I was like, oh look, bud, oh look at all the stuff we can buy now. I'm like ready to go shopping, right?
Nice.
But like when I went to Disney back in December, that's all they had at the Star Wars place. I was like, ew, they don't even have like Mando or Boba Fett or Baby Yoda
Right.
or any of the new stuff. They had just that stuff. And I was like, oh, nobody cares about that. Hey Fuzz,
It
welcome back to the
does.
channel. We started a little late today, but glad you could join us on a light Thursday show. We're here just shooting the shit about video games. We were supposed to do something else, and we just kind of went down the rabbit hole of video games.
All the old games. You know what game I really liked that it was more like the kids' generation was Skylanders. I just liked
Yes,
the fact that we could actually like go to the store and pick up new characters and then put it in,
yes.
and it was like little
Play
expansion
them
packs basically. You would
and
buy
see their
little characters
powers.
and then
Yeah.
boom, yeah.
Yeah, and then see all their powers and everything. That
Yep.
was really cool. And the once again, this goes back to having passion with what you're doing. Like you could actually see the little characters and see like the creativity that they took behind the characters. I mean, those models, those toys, they really put some effort into it.
They did.
And then, of course, you see the one that Disney came with their version, and you
Hmm.
could just see that that was just them being greedy.
Right.
And of course, they had all the IPs like Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, and they made it
Hmm.
all, and you wanted them, but it wasn't the same. Like Skylanders was where it was, right?
Yeah.
Because they had that passion. So
Lego's trying to
it
do it
just
too,
goes right
right? The
back.
Lego characters.
Yes, and that's why Lego's been around for so long.
Hmm.
And once again, it's just like Legos was Fortnite, right? Legos was the version one of
The original
Fortnite, right?
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Wow.
because that's what they would do. They would take all these IPs, they would license them, and they would have the toys so that you could actually, build, the DeLorean from Back to the Future,
Yep.
or build, the the sewers for the turtles or whatever. And they're still doing that. Any movie that comes out, they're tying it in. I saw that they had Avatar. It was like an
Yep.
Avatar set. Um, yeah, anything that's big. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a John Wick Lego set.
Well, if I go to the store and I see a John Wick Lego set, I'm getting it. I'm getting it and I'm mailing it to you.
That's
You're just
hilarious.
gonna open the
I
package
wouldn't
and be
be
like, "Oh,
surprised.
a John Wick
I
Lego
wouldn't be surprised.
set."
Yeah, no, I would not be surprised, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, but man, it's just it's crazy. Like, and all that stuff should be motivating. Like anything that you have a passion for, just follow it, man.
Hmm.
Just do it. Who knows? Like that, I've heard people who like they read comics all their lives. They're a big comic fan, right? And all of a sudden, they started creating their own comic. They
Hmm.
crowdfunded it. They got a shit ton of money for it, and now they're a comic creator.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you have a passion for, man, just put that effort into it. Make that passion a reality. And it's funny too because you'll get the money through people sharing your passion.
Right, right.
Like the
Our
money is just
school actually,
an
during
afterthought
the
of all of
whole
it.
during the whole like online learning and stuff, like a lot of the teachers were trying to find like creative ways to get the kids involved. And one of the school
Hmm.
projects that my son did was they had to do a comic. So he had to like, like split up the page and like make sure that
Yeah.
like he was showing the same characters, like going through something. So that was kind of cool because it pushed, kids to explore that, and it pushed them to kind of use that creative side to tell their own
Hmm.
story. So I have to give them kudos for that one. Good
That's
job,
cool.
school.
That's cool. Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. And that's see, and that to me, like I bash school all the time, but when hear stuff like that where they're trying to spark that creativity, I'm
Hmm.
all for it. Like I was a big opponent when I would hear like, oh, schools are slashing the arts program or the music program, but putting preference for the sports. And I'm like, look, sports is all good, and I get it. Some people are athletes, and they gotta have an outlet to achieve that. But some people are not like that. You got to
Which is
understand that
crazy
not
because
everybody's.
sports went private now.
Did they?
Yeah, sports are all like, oh, it's all
So
about
you can't even
traveling
do private.
sports.
Yeah, you can't.
Or
Yeah, you can't do that at the schools no more. That's
no,
crazy.
no. Like our district doesn't start offering sports until seventh grade.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Well, yeah, that by me, the boys were doing travel soccer, and that was
Right.
outside of the school. So yeah, I guess it's the same thing. Huh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I did not know that. But yeah.
The schools favored the sports and then they kicked the sports too.
Hmm.
I tell my kids all the time, it's all about the bottom line. It's all about the money.
It is all about the money, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But when you have money, it opens a lot of doors. You can do
Right.
whatever you want to do in life. So you got to understand that too. You know, once you have it, you could do whatever the hell you want. All right, it opens doors.
Hmm.
You could then do your pet projects, or you could do, you could follow what it is that you want to do in life.
Yep.
So I know they're like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness, but it does present opportunities.
Hmm.
So unfortunately, however, there is a commodity that's a lot more than money. That's imagination, passion.
Mm.
I love hearing stories like Harry Potter, right? The
Right.
creator of Harry Potter. She was homeless. She was living out of her van when she was writing Harry Potter, or out of her car when she was writing Harry Potter.
Hmm.
And now she's filthy rich, right? They try to cancel her. Nobody wants to cancel
No,
her because they want to
nobody
play the
cancel her.
latest.
That's
They
no.
want
Come
to play the latest Harry Potter game. They're like, they're like, she's literally uncancelable because Warner Brothers are gonna keep calling me like, we got to try. We need another Harry Potter. You think you can write another book? Yeah, sure, I can write another book. She wrote a Broadway play now. She has what is
Yep.
it, the Broadway play where they're all grown and their kids are doing everything. Now they want to make that into a movie. Yeah,
Hmm.
she's set for life, man. And I'm telling you, she's uncancelable because she's just once something becomes iconic, it's a wrap, man.
Yeah. Legos has it. Legos have Harry Potter sets. So
Yes, they do. Which I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Fortnite doesn't have the Harry Potter characters yet. I'm surprised.
that's
That one's
true.
like I'm taken back by that. Like if I'm surprised that they don't have the Ninja Turtles yet. But
Mm.
they do have Call of Duty does have Shredder. Well, Warzone does have Shredder.
So maybe that's why they weren't able to acquire the turtles.
Hmm?
Maybe that's why they
Why?
weren't able to acquire the turtles. Maybe like they've already aligned themselves with COD.
I don't know. I don't know why. Because COD tries to be realistic, so Shredder will be in there. I don't think they're gonna put the turtles in,
Hmm.
unless it's like a one of the person dressed up as a turtle, right?
Right.
Maybe they'll put Casey Jones or something like that. But then I don't think they're gonna do the turtles. Whereas Fortnite makes sense to have the turtles just running around, right?
Hmm.
It's just I don't know. Maybe the creator wants too much money, or whoever has the license to it, they want too much money. I don't know. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like that one really breaks my heart because it's an IP that everybody loves, but they just can't handle it right. Right? The movie they can't they don't do right. They don't do the right by the movies. They can't handle it. Like there should
Yep.
be a really good Teenage Mutant. Why don't we have a really good Turtles game?
Hmm.
Like really like gritty, like a Batman, like the Batman games. Why can't we have like a really good Turtles game? I would play that. Or something like we were just talking like the top down, like a Diablo game, but you
Hmm.
go 4 people can play it as the 4 turtles.
Right. Because, at this
Instant
point in
money.
time with gaming, you don't even have to be like all about the graphics. It doesn't have to be like a super complicated game. It just has to be something that people want to get in on.
Want to
And
play,
when you
right?
have
It
a
just has to be
four-player
fun.
game, that's perfect right there.
Yeah, like a couch game. Like the old,
Hmm.
remember the old arcade Turtles games where it was like that? Why don't we have that anymore? Why don't we
Hmm.
have newer versions of that?
Right.
I see that old one being pumped out a million times, remaster, remaster, remaster. I'm gonna make a new one. Apparently, people like that. But they won't. They won't. I don't know. I don't know what it is with the turtles that they're just like. I gotta go over there and be like, "Get your shit together. What are you doing? I love this IP." Oh man. I know Nickelodeon has the rights to like the movies and the shows, but I don't know, like, do they have the rights to everything else? Like, damn, Nickelodeon? Come
Mm,
on, get your act together. It's the turtles. They're iconic. But then again, Disney's messing up Star Wars. So I never thought I would live to see, people actually hating Star Wars. That's crazy. Like fans that like Star Wars hating Star Wars. I never thought
right.
I would see that. Like, do you think that you're gonna live long enough to see people who genuinely like Harry Potter be disappointed with Harry Potter, or just see them
Mm,
murk and destroy Harry Potter?
I don't know. I hope not. I sure hope not.
Because I know you love Harry Potter.
I do. I'm actually so I just started reading the series to my youngest. So I tried it a few years ago and like he wasn't into it. I guess he was too young. So I just started, we're halfway through the first book and like that's all he's talking about now, Like he drew
Mm-hmm.
something at school and he was like, "Look, it's supposed to be Harry Potter." Like he's all
so,
about it.
so are you gonna read the books and then let him watch the first movie?
Right. Yes, that's what we usually do. I'll do like a chapter a night at bedtime, and then once we finish the book, we'll all
You'll
watch
watch
the
the
movie.
first movie. Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome. See, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
I. It's cool that there's like a iconic IP like that that you can do that with that is within their age.
Right.
It's not something like I don't know Jurassic Park. Like they were books, but the books are a little more intense than the movies are, right?
Hmm.
So like, man, when I read Jurassic Park, the book, I was like, man, the movie was nothing like that. Why did they add this, and this? I was like, yo.
And
But
you know
it's
what?
always
That's
like that, right?
something. That's something we do also. At least I did with my older children. That like once we saw the movie, then we would talk about it. Like, oh, they didn't do this in the book, or like like this was different, or they missed this that happened, and that's cool too because it shows them like, yeah, the first off, they know the book is always better than the movie.
Right.
And they're also like watching that exchange, like how they bring it to life when they do create a
Hmm.
movie.
Hmm. But that's cool. That's cool
Hmm.
because like you definitely can't do that with like Game of Thrones. That was a book series that I mean. Then again, I wouldn't want to read the book series because there's no ending to it, and
Uh-huh.
it doesn't look like this guy's gonna write it. Like this guy's gonna die before he freaking finishes Game of Thrones. Man, you know how many people would be pissed off? Like I got so invested in this. Poor Game of Thrones fans.
Hmm.
And
And
then
honestly, it was one of the things like reading through Harry Potter on my kids is what got my oldest so into books. Where like now it doesn't matter where we go, like he either has a book with him or he'll have his laptop and he's reading a book on his laptop. Like he's just
that
obsessed with
is
books.
that is dope because being a bookworm is a rarity nowadays.
Yeah.
Back in the day it used to be the thing, but now it's like it's a
Hmm.
rarity because we're stuck on this all the time, right?
Right.
Or we're watching TV or we're doing whatever all the time. And for him to be a bookworm, that's epic. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Encourage it. Get him some more fantasy stories
Absolutely.
because next thing you know, he could be a writer or something.
Yeah. I bought a course that's like teaching us how to like hire ghostwriters because he likes reading.
Hmm.
And so I was like, dude, I was like, in 6 months, you could be making $500 like
Hmm.
weekly. And he was motivated at first. He kind of fell off, but we can always pick it back up. I just want to show him that there are different avenues to make money than just the
Hmm.
typical route of like
The
go to
typical
school,
route, yeah,
get a
and
degree,
that's the way that we
job.
have to think.
Hmm.
Because we're doing that, we're doing a 9 to 5, or but we always want our kids to do better than that, right?
Right.
And that's what you got to listen. There's a drought. I'm telling you, there's a drought in Hollywood. There's a drought in video games. There's like we need more creative writers. We need those
Hmm.
minds to tell those stories, or not. We're gonna see the same old rehash of everything in Hollywood, and
Right.
it's like I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it because they don't even care. They'll just put the slap that label of the IP and say, "Hey, you guys like this, right? Give
Right.
me money." And it's like I'm tired of that. Like I want to see more creativity. I want, and that's what you should spark in him is like, yo, be a creative writer, be, dive into your imagination because what you put on paper, other people might dig that.
Hmm.
Other people might like it. Other people might be like, yo, when's the next one? When's the next one?
Hmm.
Yo, but seriously though, it sucks to be a Game of Thrones fan. I sorry guys, like the show sucked. The show sucked, and like, yo, this guy's not gonna freaking end the books. Like I feel bad for Game of Thrones fans.
It's funny because you're all like, "Oh, I feel bad for Game of Thrones fans," but you're so passionate about it that like it came up again. Like we
Yeah,
moved
because
away
I
from
thought
it.
about it.
You were like, "No,
I
I
thought
gotta bring this back."
no, because it felt bad for the readers, but then it dawned on me like, yo, the show sucks too. I was like,
Hmm.
oh damn.
The
It's
last
like,
season
man, I
was
feel
definitely
bad for Game
rushed.
of Thrones.
The last season was
Like we
definitely rushed. Like you could just tell, like things were kind of just happening way too
too
quickly.
bad
That progression it fell off.
too bad we don't have like a really good following on YouTube. Cause that's what I would just be like, let's petition for the remake of the last season. That's what I would use you guys as my army. Though. Like, let's redo the last season.
Mhm. Oh my god! Did you see
Oh
that
man,
Netflix series about it's like don't hurt cats or some shit like that?
no.
Oh my god. All
There's
right.
a there's
So
a
it
show
started
like
with
that.
like some random dude, posted a video where like he like vacuum sealed a cat in a bag and like the damn thing died. He posted on the internet and people who love cats, like they banded together and they were like, no, we're going to find this guy. And sure enough, they did.
What did they do? They killed him, and
I
that's
don't
the
know.
show.
I don't know. I saw the series. There was like, like they were analyzing the video. They were looking in the background. Like they traced it back
Oh, I
to
think I
when
did
he
hear
bought
something about like
something
that.
that was in
But
the
I think I
back of
heard
the
it. I heard
video.
about it on Twitter. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I think I heard something about that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So that's what we need.
That's
We
crazy.
need a strong following. Cats have a strong following.
No, what I did heard about Netflix was that they're doing an animation show. Did you ever see the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
No, but that sounds familiar.
Well, the news just broke that they're doing an animated show based off of that, and they're bringing all of the actors that were in the original movie
Hmm?
back for the cartoon. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. And
Hmm.
kudos on the actors wanting to come back. Shows that they actually respect the IP.
Right.
That's kind of cool. But yeah, no, it was a weird. If you watch it, it's actually a really cool movie because it felt like a cartoon.
Mm,
And I
I
don't
don't
know
think
if
I
it
watched it.
started. I don't
It
know.
definitely looks familiar. Like looking at the scene right here, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it started as a cartoon or if it was a video game. I know I've seen the video game. I think I briefly played the video game,
This is the game
but
right here. Hey.
yeah, I briefly played the video game, and the video game kind of reminded me of the movie. But the movie was very like it felt like an anime cartoon. And
Hmm.
now the fact that they're gonna actually Netflix is actually gonna do it, and they brought back the whole cast, I was like, wow, kudos on
Yeah, it's
them.
pretty cool.
Now, will Netflix stand by it? Who knows? Because Netflix loves to cancel things too. I call them
Hmm.
the new Fox because Fox was like that, man. You know how many shows on Fox I started watching and they canceled? Now with Fox shows, I'm like, I'm waiting for season two. Man, I'm waiting for season three.
Man, Netflix does that to me all the time because you go into Netflix and they're like, oh, they say picked for you or something like that, and they have like a bunch of stuff, and I love watching
And it's
previews.
all canceled.
So I watch all the previews, and I'm like, yeah, I would be into this. I watch it, and then I'm just left hanging.
Yeah, man. What was it? Netflix was the one that canceled. What was that TV show? It's not Serenity. Serenity was the movie, but it was like a sci-fi show, and they canceled it first season. They canceled. Was it The Adventures of Briscoe County or something like that? That actually starred Bruce Campbell from The Evil Dead. Right,
Mhm.
iconic dude. Starred him. He starred in it. They canceled it. There was another show that was like
It's
supposed to be.
crazy because like Netflix is so geared towards you that like you're talking about all these shows, like that's what pops up on yours because they know what you like. I've never heard of these shows.
No, this is Fox. I'm talking about Fox. Like I'm still pissed off at Firefly. They canceled Firefly. They canceled. There was another show. Listen, I won't go down all the list of shows I started watching on Fox that they canceled. There was there was this one show where the concept was it was like a race, and they were like all these people. They were like you're in a race and you got to make it to this destination if you're
Mhm.
gonna win $1 million, right? And
Okay.
apparently one of the guys who was in the race his dad or his mom and dad like did the race, and like he's having flashbacks of when they did the race back in like I don't know the 80s or something like that, or maybe in like the 90s or whatever. And so it's like the race, and they're trying to follow like speed limits and shit. So you'll see some people like driving on the shoulder and stuff like I'm getting this $1 million, and like it was like an intense show. I was like, oh shit, they all had like different cars because it was a
Mhm.
whatever car you came in.
What? Oh no, we lost Ray. He's definitely receiving a phone call right now. We can't hear you. Oh, he has to reconnect. He has to reconnect. That's so funny. That's definitely what happened to him. He received a phone call, guaranteed.
No, it wasn't a phone call. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a phone call. What happened was my phone was sliding down as I'm
Mhm.
talking because I'm being so animated, and it hit the Siri button. So it was Siri coming on.
Oh, it's like, what do you need?
Yeah,
I said,
I
check
need
out
to
a new
turn off.
TLC show called "Seeking Husband Brother." Married women looking to spice up their marriage by dating men. What? What?
And that listen, this is why I keep telling you, dating is dead, marriage is dead. Don't do it, fellas, because this is a society we're living in. This is a society we're living in where back in the day, and I'm not talking about the 50s, I'm talking about way back in the day when men could have multiple wives, right? And
Mhm.
it was like not taboo. And then fast forward, monogamy, and everybody was like, okay, and it was like taboo. Now we're going right back to it. And I'm telling you, all this like Hinduism that we're seeing right now, it's
Mhm.
just, I don't know, to me, it's signs of a lack of religion. It's
Unholy.
like, it is
It is.
unholy.
It is.
The more I see it, the more we talk about it, the more and the one who's actually being like that now is women.
It's women.
Women are not
Yeah.
committing, and I hate to say it, but women are not committing, and that's the reason why dating is broken and marriages are failing,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Not to take it to a dark path, but yeah, it is what it is. The fact, listen, that's the second show we heard about. What was the other show where what was it, MILF Manor? So
Hmm.
older women dating young men that could be the same age as their kid. And they're going there with their kid. And they're letting their kid date older women. Like to me, that's mind boggling. And now there's another one where they're married, but they're dating outside. But mind you, when they did the show of like Mormons
With the
and like
sister
the guy
wives.
having all the wives, the sister
Hmm.
wives, they were like, "Oh, this is messed up. This is
Yep.
what was
What
it?
the
What's it?
audacity?
Yeah, the audacity, right? And then what's that one show that they always do the memes about it? It's on Hulu, and it's supposed to be like the show about oppressing women. And every time there's anything about it, they always like the comments is always that woman. She's wearing a red outfit and has the white hat. I forgot what show that was. The Handmaid's Tales. That's the one. Because it's like a world where women are still oppressed, and so it's like,
Mhm.
oh, you're trying to oppress us. Oh, it's
Women
hilarious.
suffer.
Oh yeah,
We suffer.
suck my ass. Oh man, it's hilarious. Yeah, man. I like Fuzzy's last comment, Firefly. Man, that was a good show, and they canceled it. That has a cult following too. Like they've been like so many people are like, when are they gonna do the reboot? And
Hmm.
that's why like a few years later they did the movie. But people, man, people love that show. Like that was like a real big cult following for that show.
I gotta pull it up because I don't even know what this is. I'm thinking of the movie The Fly. And I'm
Oh,
like, I
with
know damn well that is not what you're talking about, but
no, The Fly is the movie with
I'm
oh
dead. I
shit.
put Firefly and look what popped up.
No, it's right there though. No, but
The
look down below.
freaking
That's the cast.
internet!
That's the cast though in the second line.
Right here. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Right here.
TV
See
show.
more. See more.
That's it right there. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. You said
Yeah,
this
and
on
they've been
Fox?
begging. No, it has a really cult following. Fox canceled that in one season, and people are like begging. Like they beg Netflix. They beg, even though they're all old right now. They're like, I don't care. Bring it back. So like they petition. I think they're gonna do a reboot.
Hmm.
I heard that somebody's gonna do a reboot. Do a Firefly and then go to the news and see if they say anything about a reboot. But you know what though? I'm watching the new season of Star Trek, the one Picard, where they brought back like the whole cast of Next Generation, and they're old as farts, right? And I'm like, man, if you could bring that cast back, yeah, go ahead and give them Firefly.
All right, this is not it. This is Firefly Lane.
Oh my goodness,
I
is that
clicked that
getting
and
a
I was like,
remake?
oh, season 2, that's it right there. It's not this. This is not it. Clickbait. Let's see. Firefly. Let's look it up differently.
And you know what's funny? So Picard, that's on Paramount Plus, right? So Paramount has like the rights to Star Trek, and you know they were gonna launch their own channel. They were trying to do like Star Trek stuff so that to bring people in, right? And so of course they went down the road of woke, right? And nobody wants to watch, you know, the first show that they put out. Nobody wants to watch it, right? It's dying. They finally canceled it,
Oh, they keep
and
telling me. It's Firefly Lane.
And so then they dropped Picard, thinking that if they have a big name, right, that's definitely going to bring the people. And so sure enough, it did bring the people at first, but like the first two seasons was just garbage, was woke garbage, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so finally they caved in. Season 3, they were like, let's just give them all they want, right? Let's
Right.
give them all the member berries, right? So they brought back the old cast, no matter how old they are, they brought them all back, and they gave them like I'm watching it. I'm like, why couldn't they do this the first season? Like the
Yep.
show had to get canceled, and you had to do it the last season. I was like, this is exactly what me as a fan is what I wanted, but no, they dropped the ball on that one. Yeah, so they like this is like iconic show. Oh, Disney's gonna reboot it.
Yep.
I thought it was gonna be Netflix. Okay,
So let's see. It says it's rumored to be in the works from Disney.
okay, all right,
Mm-mm.
all right. Yeah, and then for the longest time, they wanted him, the actor, to play Nathan Drake for
They're so dramatic.
Uncharted. What?
They're so
What happened?
dramatic. It was unceremoniously canceled after only one season.
It was. It was. And they oh Fox, man, I swear. They played like all the episodes out of order.
Mm-hmm.
So people couldn't like really follow the story. And so it was just, oh my God, Fox is just the worst, man. But you know what? Netflix is quickly becoming the new Fox with canceling shows. What was that one show on Netflix where it was like they were doing rap battles and stuff? And it's like it showed like rap in its early days back in the 80s. And I think they did season 1 and 2, and then I just heard like it got canceled. Like they spent so much money, you know, rebuilding the 80s. I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of cool because it was like street art and all that stuff and like rap like coming up and all that. And I really enjoyed the show. And then of course Netflix cancels it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, whatever show you like on Netflix is gonna get canked.
So in Firefly, the Chinese is spoken by everyone.
Really? Hmm. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
no. So it doesn't look like it is going to be revived. It's saying that there's just a rumor going around, but that there's no indication that it'll happen anytime soon.
Damn. Damn. Who gets it? Who has it worse? The Firefly fans or the Game of Thrones fans?
So it says at this point, the project is simply rumored because the ongoing allegations against the series creator Josh Whedon, it's still
Oh,
ongoing. So
yeah, Josh
womp
Whedon.
womp womp.
Do you know that's the guy who did he was the one behind the first Avenger movie.
Okay.
And he did the whatever that Marvel was it, Agents of Shield? He was behind that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Josh Whedon. I didn't know he had legal problems.
Yeah. Ongoing investigations.
About what? I guarantee it's a woman. It's a woman messing it all up for him.
Oh, let's clear it. This is
Allegedly.
Buffy.
I'm gonna say allegedly. 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 Let me just say allegedly.
So it's alleging about his behavior on the sets of Buffy and Angel.
Mm.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the show Angel of professional misconduct.
But see, my thing is this: why are they on hold because of the creator? When doesn't Fox own the rights and Disney bought Fox? So don't they own the rights to the show? So they, I mean, it's a popular IP. Like that to me is like, why not make it? Why not like pay him to go away and
Right.
then make the show on your own? Not that I mean it's Disney, so I know they're gonna mess it up, but regardless, give the people what they want.
Oh, so he
They're
also
all
did
about making
Justice
that
League.
money. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's very
Drunk.
pivotal.
Welcome to the conversation. So glad you could join us on this Thursday afternoon. He said Trump indicted. It's about to get wild.
Did he really? I didn't see any news about that.
Wild, wild
Oh shit!
west.
Breaking news! Breaking news! Pull it
Wild,
up!
wild
Pull it
west.
up! Breaking news! Let's go! Let's pull it up. Now I was about to jump off too because I gotta pee. Breaking news! Breaking news! Drunk with the breaking news.
Let's see. With the mean mug. Indicted by Manhattan grand jury 11 minutes ago. Jeez, this is breaking news.
Breaking news! Breaking
Yep. New
news!
York grand jury votes to indict Donald Trump.
No, what I've
Precise
heard,
charges are not yet known.
Mhm.
Um, yes, that's all we know, that he is being indicted.
Damn, that's crazy. No, the last thing I heard, after the tragedy that happened on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
um, I like a lot of people have been told to like, kind of stay off campus in universities and stuff like that because there are now people saying like they're actually commending her
Mm-hmm.
or him or whatever she wanted to be titled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no disrespect. I don't know and I really don't care. But they're actually giving her kudos and they're saying like let's do this. So now they're like other people are being called to arms for this,
Oh, wow.
which is crazy. Which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I that breaks my heart. So like the last thing I heard was like I know there was a university, I want to say University of Pittsburgh was like send out like a mass notification like alerting like be careful.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Wow.
But once again, the news won't talk about that. They won't talk about people getting called to arms, people are getting triggered, and people
Mm-hmm.
saying things on mainstream media that shouldn't be saying, like this polarizing and all this rhetoric out here. Nobody's going to say anything about that. What are they going to focus on? The tool, right?
Right.
They're going to focus on the tool. Oh, we got to ban all guns. Which is funny because I read the post and it makes sense to me. They're like, if somebody if somebody gets raped, right? Are you gonna blame all men? No, you look at the individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing if you get robbed, are you gonna blame all certain people? No, you're gonna blame the individual. It's the same thing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
why
I'm laughing because you stumbled on your words there,
I
and that
did.
was a
Now
little
tell me you will move
racist.
over. Why did you move over? It's not being racist. I was just trying to get a point across. Damn it. Let's end this thing.
So drunk. There is no need for apologies. We came on here mad late. We started at 5 today, doing a
Yeah.
late night show. We're
Damn
glad
it.
that you could join. We're glad you jumped on. Thanks for joining the conversation,
I'm
jumping in the
trying to be all
comments.
PC on here and you're going to call it out. Thanks,
Oh, that
Corey.
was good. That was good.
What's that? Was it when you
Oh man, YouTube said no more you. YouTube said no more of Ray's over the top obscenities and all that. We can't hear you. On a Thursday evening. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're having a great time just sharing some laughs. We usually keep it light on Thursdays. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. You don't want to miss a moment. It's always a good time. YouTube said no more you. You're done.
No, it was Siri, man. Damn Siri. Freaking Siri keeps popping up. All right, with that said, I gotta jump off before I say more things. I'm hungry. I'm literally a Snickers commercial right now. Like I don't know what I'm saying, and I just need to go eat.
I love how like the sun is like beaming in right now though on your side. It looks so like inviting,
The
so
sunset.
warm. Yeah, we see
Yeah,
like we literally see like the rays of sunshine coming in. It's awesome.
yeah, the sunset.
All
And then
right,
when
guys. Well, that's it. Well, thank you for another episode, another amazing time. We'll see you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday. We'll be back with
hopefully it won't get crazy over the weekend. We'll see. Because if it does, it gives us stuff to talk about.
That's true.
But be safe, guys. It's crazy. Be safe.
Mhm.
And we love you guys. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you for everything, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Damn it,
You
Lynn.
gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Love you guys. See ya.